When we look at art history, few subjects have been as debated, celebrated, and misunderstood as the nude human body. In photography, this tension becomes even stronger. Because a photograph doesn't just suggest reality, it captures it. And over the past century, a handful of photographers changed how the world sees the nude forever. Let's start with one of the earliest modern masters, Edward Weston. Weston didn't photograph the nude body as something erotic or theatrical. Instead, he transformed it into pure form. In his black and white studies, a back becomes a landscape. A shoulder becomes a sculpture. Light and shadow replace storytelling. His famous work Nude, 1925, shocked early audiences not because it was explicit, but because it was stripped of disguise. There were no myths, no costumes, no narrative excuses, just the human body, presented with absolute clarity. At the time, that honesty felt radical. Around the same period, Weston's artistic and personal circle included Tina Modotti. Modotti was more than a muse. She was a photographer in her own right, politically engaged, emotionally intense, and deeply influential in shaping modern photographic ideas. While Weston explored form and abstraction, Modotti began moving toward social reality, using the camera to document workers and revolution. Together, they represented two sides of photography, beauty and truth, form and meaning. Fast forward a few decades, and nude photography takes another turn, this time into fashion, power, and controversy, with Helmut Newton. Newton's images are bold, dramatic, and often provocative. He photographed models in powerful poses, high fashion settings, and surreal environments. His nudes were never quiet or subtle. They were cinematic, sometimes luxurious, sometimes unsettling. Critics accused him of objectification. Supporters argued he was exposing the power dynamics hidden inside fashion and desire. Either way, Newton forced viewers to confront discomfort directly. Then there is a completely different voice in nude photography, the emotional and haunting work of Francesca Woodman. Woodman's images are quiet, fragile, and often dreamlike. She frequently photographed herself, blurred or partially hidden, as if disappearing into walls, mirrors, or shadows. Unlike Newton's boldness or Weston's precision, Woodman's work feels like a whisper. Her photographs explore identity, vulnerability, and the feeling of not fully existing in space. And tragically, her life ended very young, which has added even more emotional weight to her legacy. Finally, one of the most controversial figures in photographic history is Robert Mapplethorpe. Mapplethorpe's black and white nude portraits pushed boundaries of sexuality, identity, and artistic censorship. His work sparked legal and cultural debates about what art is allowed to show. Some saw elegance and classical beauty. Others saw provocation, but Mapplethorpe insisted on one idea: that beauty and controversy often live in the same image. So when we look back at these photographers, Weston, Modotti, Newton, Woodman, and Mapplethorpe, we don't just see nude photography. We see evolution. From form to fashion, from silence to controversy, from abstraction to identity. And maybe the real question isn't why these artists photographed the nude body, but why the human body continues to hold so much meaning, tension, and truth in art. Because in every era, the body remains the most honest subject we have.